Narcissism is a term that has become widely recognized, especially in the context of relationships, both personal and professional. It refers to individuals who display a heightened sense of their own importance, a deep need for admiration, and a lack of empathy for others. While narcissistic behavior can certainly be harmful, leading to toxic relationships, emotional manipulation, and even gaslighting, it is important to acknowledge that narcissists unwittingly can teach us valuable lessons. Whether through their actions or the consequences of their behavior, narcissists push us to confront critical aspects of our own self-awareness, boundaries, and emotional health. These lessons may not be easy to digest, but they offer opportunities for profound personal growth. In this article, we will explore what the narcissist can teach you, despite their self-centered nature, about resilience, self-worth, and the importance of maintaining healthy boundaries. To truly understand what a narcissist can teach us, it's essential to first grasp what narcissism actually is. Narcissism, at its core, is an inflated sense of self-importance, an intense need for admiration, and a lack of empathy towards others. It's not just about being self-absorbed. It involves a deeper, more harmful pattern of behavior that affects relationships in both subtle and overt ways. Narcissism can manifest in varying degrees. At its most extreme, narcissistic personality disorder, NPD, is diagnosed by mental health professionals. People with NPD exhibit a constant need for validation, often using others to maintain their self-esteem. They believe they are superior to others and, as a result, can be condescending, manipulative, and emotionally damaging to those around them. However, not everyone who exhibits narcissistic traits has NPD. Many individuals might display narcissistic tendencies without having a full-blown disorder. These traits, such as self-centeredness, entitlement, and a lack of empathy, are more common than we think. In fact, narcissistic traits can be found in people from all walks of life, and it's important to recognize these behaviors early to protect yourself from emotional harm. Understanding narcissism isn't about excusing harmful behavior, but rather about recognizing the patterns and learning from the challenges these individuals create. Once you see narcissism for what it is, you can begin to see how dealing with narcissists in your life can lead to personal growth and transformation. Lesson number 1. The importance of boundaries. One of the most important lessons that a narcissist unwittingly teaches you is the critical need for setting and maintaining strong boundaries. Narcissists are experts at pushing the limits, whether it's demanding constant attention, manipulating others emotionally, or crossing personal lines. In close relationships, they often disregard your needs, focusing only on their own desires and expectations. This can leave you feeling drained, confused, and disrespected. However, being in a relationship with a narcissist forces you to recognize the importance of boundaries. Boundaries are essential in any healthy relationship, as they protect your mental, emotional, and physical well-being. With a narcissist, you quickly learn that without boundaries, your needs and desires will always be secondary to theirs. Setting boundaries with a narcissist is not just about saying no when they make unreasonable demands. It's also about recognizing that your time, energy, and emotions are valuable. Narcissists often test these boundaries, pushing limits until you stand firm. As difficult as this may be, these interactions teach you how to communicate your needs clearly, assertively, and without guilt. Over time, you develop the ability to protect yourself from manipulative behaviors by setting limits on what you will and won't tolerate. While a narcissist may fight against these boundaries, you begin to understand that standing your ground is a form of self-respect and self-care. This lesson is valuable in all aspects of life, as it teaches you how to safeguard your energy and maintain your sense of self, especially in toxic relationships. Lesson number 2. Emotional resilience and self-care. Another powerful lesson that a narcissist unwittingly teaches you is the importance of emotional resilience and self-care. Narcissists are skilled at creating chaos, shifting blame, and making you feel responsible for their problems. Over time, this emotional roller coaster can take a toll on your mental health. However, in the process, you may learn how crucial it is to prioritize your own well-being and build emotional strength. Being involved with a narcissist often leads to emotional exhaustion. You may find yourself constantly trying to appease them, meet their demands, or adjust your behavior to avoid conflict. Narcissists can gaslight, belittle, or devalue you, making you doubt your worth or your emotions. As a result, learning to protect your emotional state becomes essential. This is where emotional resilience comes in. When dealing with narcissists, you learn to bounce back from emotional setbacks. You realize that your emotions are valid, and you begin to focus on self-care strategies that help you heal and recharge. These might include setting aside time for yourself, practicing mindfulness, journaling, or seeking professional support. Self-care in particular becomes a priority. Being in a narcissistic relationship can make you neglect your own needs. However, with time you learn that taking care of yourself is not selfish. It's necessary. When you take care of your physical, mental, and emotional health, you can approach difficult situations with a clearer mind and more stable emotions. In the long run, this teaches you how to set aside time for self-care, making it a non-negotiable part of your routine. Ultimately, the narcissist helps you realize that your emotional well-being is your responsibility, and you have the power to create a life filled with emotional balance and resilience. Lesson number 3. Recognizing manipulation and gaslighting. Narcissists are often skilled manipulators, using subtle tactics like gaslighting to control and distort reality. They make you question your perception of events, sometimes even denying things they've said or done. At first, this can be incredibly confusing as their lies and distortions cause you to doubt yourself. However, over time, being exposed to these tactics teaches you how to recognize manipulation and gaslighting, ultimately helping you avoid further emotional harm in future relationships. Gaslighting, in particular, is a psychological manipulation technique where the narcissist twists the truth and denies their actions, causing you to feel disoriented or paranoid. They may claim they never said something they did, or they may insist you're overreacting to a situation that is genuinely upsetting. Narcissists rely on these techniques to destabilize their targets and maintain control. The key lesson here is learning to trust your own perception. Over time, as you experience these manipulative behaviors, you begin to recognize the signs. You learn to spot when someone is trying to make you feel crazy or when they are using tactics to undermine your confidence. Once you can recognize manipulation, you gain a sense of empowerment. You're no longer a passive participant in the narcissist's game. You're aware of their tactics and can protect yourself accordingly. This lesson is not only valuable when dealing with narcissists but also in other areas of your life. Recognizing manipulation and gaslighting allows you to navigate future relationships with greater clarity and confidence. It teaches you that your feelings and perceptions are valid, and you do not have to accept anyone's attempt to make you doubt your reality. Lesson number 4. The power of self-worth. A narcissist's inability to validate others can provide an unexpected but essential lesson about the power of self-worth. Narcissists typically seek constant admiration and validation but rarely offer the same in return. They may criticize, belittle, or ignore your achievements, leaving you feeling unappreciated or undervalued. Over time, you realize that relying on someone else's validation, especially a narcissist, can never be the foundation of your self-esteem. Through this experience, you learn the importance of building self-worth from within. When a narcissist fails to acknowledge your worth or actively diminishes your accomplishments, it becomes clear that your value should not be determined by their approval. This realization can be empowering. You start to see that your worth isn't dependent on external praise or recognition. It comes from within. Learning to validate yourself is a transformative lesson. Instead of waiting for affirmation from others, you begin to build your confidence and self-esteem through your own self-acknowledgement. You learn to celebrate your accomplishments, no matter how small, and recognize your strengths without needing anyone else to validate them. In doing so, you free yourself from the toxic cycle of seeking external approval. This process of self-validation strengthens your resilience and empowers you to maintain your sense of self-worth, even in the face of narcissistic behavior. It teaches you that true confidence comes from knowing and accepting yourself, regardless of how others treat you. Lesson number 5. The importance of emotional detachment. One of the most critical lessons that a narcissist can teach you, though often difficult, is the power of emotional detachment. Narcissists tend to be emotionally demanding, expecting constant attention, admiration, and validation, while giving little in return. Their emotional instability can create an exhausting cycle of highs and lows, where you're constantly trying to meet their needs while neglecting your own. This dynamic can leave you feeling emotionally drained, overwhelmed, and unsure of your own feelings. Through this experience, you may learn the essential skill of emotional detachment. Emotional detachment is the ability to separate yourself from the emotional turbulence created by others. especially those who are manipulative or toxic like narcissists. It doesn't mean you stop caring or become cold-hearted. Rather, it involves protecting your emotional well-being by not allowing someone else's behavior to dictate your mood or reactions. When dealing with a narcissist, emotional detachment can be a life-changing skill. It helps you maintain your sense of self and reduces the emotional chaos caused by the narcissist's behavior. You start to recognize their manipulative tactics and stop internalizing their actions or comments. You learn to emotionally distance yourself from their drama, making it easier to stay calm and centered. This detachment doesn't just protect you from narcissists. It also improves your mental health and emotional stability in other areas of life. It empowers you to create healthy emotional boundaries and maintain control over your reactions. By learning how to detach emotionally, you free yourself from the constant emotional roller coaster, allowing you to lead a more peaceful and balanced life.